Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
So my wife and I we're consistently up. Well, now we're up through baby step 4, but we haven't bought our first home yet. So that's kind of the next thing, big ticket thing that we're looking to do. And I feel like our expenses are so high. I just don't know how I'm never going to be able to save enough in Atlanta to be able to purchase a home.
Yeah. So what are you guys making a year?
We make about, between the two of us, about $100,000.
Okay.
And tell me about your expenses, man.
So we pay $2,000 a month for rent. Probably can add another, it depends because it's like usage based, but $400 or $500 for utilities after that. Mm-hmm. We do our best with groceries. It's just crazy right now. Probably around $800 a month on food.
Do you have little ones?
No, just my wife and I and our dog.
How old are you?
I'm 26.
26. So, Jim, I'm going to tell you this just because I love you, okay? Just as straight as I can, because I just don't, I think the band of 22-year-olds to 35-year-olds just wasn't told the truth. And that is, y'all are doing everything right. Y'all are working really hard. And y'all can find some other jobs. We can talk about all that kind of stuff. But increasingly across the country, people are running into, I want to live in this city, and there are just not enough houses in this city. So the ones that are available are outrageously expensive. They're very expensive. Yeah. And so there's a reckoning, which is, do we want to be homeowners more than we want to live in this zip code? And that's not, it's a question that none of us, I'm in my 40s. It was never a question I was prepped for. Yeah. But I think the idea of, we have this picture, we got married, we want to live in Atlanta, we want to be Braves fans, God help you. Like, this is where our family, like, this is where we want to build our life. And this ugly person that doesn't care about your wants or desires or dreams, called math, just said it's not going to work. And so y'all have to decide, do we want to live in this city and rent, or do we want to keep working really hard and begin thinking let's move to Kansas, let's move to North Dakota. I'm making up places, but I think there's a reality.
45 minutes outside.
Yeah, or we're going to have to commute. We're going to have to do some different things. And I think more and more people are banging their head up against mathematical realities, and it's making them insane. And I get it, and it's good to be frustrated. But I think a wiser use of your energy is to begin to go, okay, then what must be true? We want to own a house that's ours. Awesome. I love it. All right, let's get out a map and figure out where across the United States of America we can live and actually afford a house here. It might be Lubbock, Texas. It might be, Highland Park. Who knows? But that's hard to hear. But man, what do y'all do for a living? So
I work from home.
Okay.
I work for a university as an academic advisor.
Okay.
My wife is a shark trainer.
A shark trainer?
Very limited opportunities for her to be able to do.
Wait, a shark trainer, like the shark, like in the ocean? And she trains them?
Yes.
Like at the aquarium, the Atlanta Aquarium?
Yes, correct.
Your wife is the coolest wife who's ever lived.
I know.
Man, I wanted to be a marine biologist so bad and do this kind of work.
Man, you took a left turn.
Wow.
She's a shark trainer, dude. Okay,
That's unbelievable.
So you're going to be living by the coast, right?
Or by an aquarium.
Yeah, so we live in Atlanta because that's where the aquarium is.
Okay. So
how much does she make a year?
She makes about 48.
Okay.
And so you're going to have to ask yourself the question. I've worked with academic advisors my whole life. Y'all don't make a bunch of money, and y'all do a ton of work too.
I mean, she works with sharks.
And so you're going to have
on the line.
Yeah, you're going to have to ask yourself, because my guess is she is locked into this thing. That's probably not a job that comes open very often. You move wherever you can get that job. That's her world, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
then you have to ask yourself, is being an academic advisor, is that my future? Or am I using this as a springboard because the university is going to pay for my graduate school so I can go do this thing and do another thing and do another thing? And how quickly can you get on that wagon? Otherwise, y'all are going to be spinning your wheels, man.
Well, I already have my master's.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, but what do you make? 52,000?
I'm sorry.
You make 52,000?
Yeah.
Okay, you can make that as a public school teacher in Atlanta too, and have summers where you can make more money. That's what I'm saying. Like it's about you saying, okay, I had this dream of being a university official. It's not going to, even if I became the head of all academic advising, I'm going to make $80,000. and that's not going to buy you a house in a cool neighborhood in Atlanta. And so it's you reckoning with, okay, what must be true for my career and my
and I would say
dream.
for hers too. I'm like, yeah, I mean, obviously she's gone to school to be, or she's gotten levels of.
Rachel, she's a shark trainer. This
shark
thing is
trainer.
not changing, right?
But that's the grown-up question, though, and that reckoning is real for couples all across the country.
It is.
I mean, a guy we talked to last hour, it's like, do I take this kind of pay cut to do the job I want, or do I go and transfer and we move somewhere to make more money to have a different kind of lifestyle? I mean, it's a lifestyle question you guys are asking.
Or I want to be a writer so bad, and now ChatGPT is here, and so my market value just went in half.
Yeah.
And so do I want to keep doing this thing?
Yeah. And I'm not saying just go chase money and your life is going to be okay. It's more fulfilling than that. But you guys will just have to make some hard decisions because the math has to line up. And you're right, to own a home in Atlanta, Georgia, making $100K, it's going to be really hard. And again, maybe you guys start off with not a single family home. Maybe it's a townhouse. Maybe it's a condo, not in the nicest building, right? I mean, there's these other elements of this that you need to look into. But I think that is your next step, Jim. I think homeownership from a financial standpoint is the wisest thing that you guys can do. You guys are out of debt. You have an emergency fund. And for first-time home buyers, we recommend about 5% to put down and making sure that your payment is no more than 25% of your take-home pay. And so that may take you guys another 2 years to save and get a good down payment to get your monthly payment in a place that you want. I mean, but I think overall, and the beauty is you guys, you don't have kids right now. The world is you guys, and you guys are dual income, no kids, the dinks, and you get to make decisions about your life of, hey, what do we want to do? Is this, and that can change over time. But I think, the math has to work, and that's the hard part of all of this. And it is frustrating. I mean, things do cost more, and and even look at your lifestyle too, Jim. I mean, I would be curious from that perspective. I know groceries are expensive, but $800 for just you guys.
Mm-hmm. It's a ton of money.
Family of 5 lives off of that, some months.
So I think maybe this is the magic question, Rachel, is what's it worth to you?
Yep.
And you asked that question about your 2 jobs. What's it worth to us?
Yep.
And it's about how we go out to eat.
Yep.
It's the town. It is the concerts and the baseball games we go to or don't go to. It's what is all this stuff worth, or being by family, being not, what is all this worth to us, and let that dictate some of your questions.
Yep.
And I don't know if there's a right or wrong answer for anybody on those.
That's a great point.
But math doesn't care how you feel. It just doesn't.